Granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11 Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people, or are you doing this to make money, or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11 Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11 Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11 Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11 Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11 Alive today.
In times of great uncertainty, some things become more clear. The things we take for granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11 Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people, or are you doing this to make money, or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11 Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11 Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11 Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11 Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11 Alive today.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11 Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11 Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11 Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11 Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11 Alive today.
In times of great uncertainty, some things become more clear. The things we take for granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11 Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11 Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Live from the 11 Alive studios, our special coronavirus coverage, Facts Not Fear, starts now.
And good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sheba Russell with Facts Not Fear on the coronavirus. Let's get you caught up on the latest headlines at this hour. A mother grieving the loss of her young son killed by the coronavirus. We're asking our medical expert about the link between COVID and heart attacks. More space at the grocery store. Kroger further expanding its social distancing requirements for customers and adding protections for its workers. And protecting you from fraud, the new way to report scams and price gouging. Also, millions of Americans waiting for an emergency boost to their bank accounts, but there's plenty of confusion surrounding those stimulus checks. We verify if you'll have to pay taxes on it. But we begin with the latest coronavirus numbers here in Georgia. The Department of Public Health just updating them moments ago. There are now 329 people who have died, 100 more since noon yesterday. There are 8,818 confirmed infections and over 1,000 people hospitalized, 1,774 to be exact. Health experts have repeatedly told us how the virus is especially tough on the elderly and those with chronic health conditions. But a mother tells us her 31-year-old son, who was a fitness fanatic, died after getting sick, suffering 2 heart attacks. Christy Diaz talked to our Dr. Reddy about how the virus may affect your heart.
Bryce was perfectly healthy until he started feeling sick in mid-March. 8 hours later, he was in a medically induced coma in the hospital. This is his mom, Brenda.
If this could happen to a big, strong hamburger like Bryce, it can happen to anyone.
His mom says Bryce poured his soul into working out and staying healthy, but somehow this virus caught hold of him. Doctors say it ravaged his heart, causing 2 heart attacks. He didn't survive the second one.
I was unable to see him until he had passed away.
His death is already puzzling, but now it's bringing up questions about what else the virus affects, like the heart.
We've gotten that question from viewers too, so we took it directly to our medical contributor, Dr. Sujatha Reddy.
Dr. Reddy, we already know this virus affects the lungs, but now does this also affect the heart?
So it's been an interesting question, and there are some new studies that are showing the COVID-19 virus may affect the lungs, creating this bad pneumonia, but it may also be affecting heart muscle and the specific tissue of the heart muscle. The heart and the lungs are intimately connected. When something affects the lungs, it puts more strain on the heart and vice versa.
I think people are shocked by this because this guy was so healthy, so young, had no underlying heart conditions. What advice could you give to someone who is now looking at this person saying, I'm young, I'm healthy too, what if this happens to me?
I think that's the take-home message that his family wants to give to the rest of us, is that while we know the vast majority of people that are going to die from this virus are going to be older, are going to have a pre-existing health condition, there are going to be a few people who are going to be healthy and young and are going to be taken by COVID-19. The major complications of COVID-19 seem to occur very rapidly. You'll have fever, cough, and then if you start getting any problems with difficulty breathing, the shortness of breath, the pain when you breathe in, the feeling that you can't get enough air, that's the time to go to the hospital, call 911.
And Dr. Reddy says another theory is that the virus triggers blood clots, which can cause a heart attack. All right, the nation's largest grocery chain rolling out new safety measures today. Kroger says it will limit the number of shoppers inside its stores to further encourage social distancing. Nick Sturdivant has more on its efforts.
I spoke with a Kroger official today, and he told me this is all in the effort to help people better practice social distancing. As you know, these stores can get pretty packed. Starting today, stores will limit the number of customers to 50% of building code capacity. That amounts to about 1 person per 120 square feet. Kroger says individual stores will decide the number of customers depending on its size. Also, the company is encouraging employees to wear face masks. The company is in the process of getting safety masks for them. Employees can wear homemade cloth masks per the CDC and White House. Stores have also installed plexiglass barriers at the register to stop the spread of germs.
We definitely have been in tune with our customers, as well as direction that we're getting from CDC and really the experts. And one of the things I know that our associates were saying is that they will feel a lot more comfortable with that. We are piloting one-way aisles in a few divisions.
And Kroger continues to hire, especially for its free pickup service, which is in huge demand. I'm also told that they even started doing virtual job fairs.
A new task force launched to protect you from fraud amid this pandemic. It is a joint effort between state and federal prosecutors. They're asking if you see any kind of fraud, including charity, phishing, or investment scams, to call or email the National Center for Disaster Fraud. That number and address is on your screen, 866-720-5721. The email is disaster@leo.gov. to report price gouging. Again, this has remained throughout the pandemic. Contact the Consumer Protection Division of the State Attorney General's office. Preparing for the primaries with a different kind of task force, this one aimed at absentee ballots. Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger bracing for a big increase in absentee ballots because of the coronavirus and creating a task force to prevent voter fraud during the election. He says mismatched signatures and those who register from a non-residential address will be investigated. The presidential and general primary in Georgia are both set for May 19th. If your car insurance is with Allstate, you may be seeing a refund soon. The company says it will return $600 million in auto insurance premiums to customers under state home orders. Many Americans are driving less to help flatten the curve. Less driving equals fewer crashes. Allstate says data shows driving mileage down 35 to 50%. Most customers will receive a refund of 15% of their monthly premium in April and May. Well, every dollar counts when it comes to schools working to feed their students and making distance learning a success. Atlanta Public Schools, its foundation, receiving a $280,000 grant to help distribute school meals. Some of those funds will also purchase devices and internet packages for students. Atlanta Partners for Education, that's the name of the foundation, is one of more than 24 groups selected to receive grants from the Greater Atlanta COVID-19 Response and Recovery Fund. We've got our Verify team working nonstop to answer the questions you have about coronavirus. This viewer's question, for instance, about the stimulus checks and whether they're coming out of your taxes next year. Our Jason Puckett has the answer.
Viewer Lindy Horowitz sent us this question. Quote, is the stimulus check in advance for taxes 2020? We've also received a number of emails wondering if you have to pay taxes on the stimulus checks. So that's what we're verifying. Are the stimulus checks in advance of credit for 2020 taxes? And do you have to pay taxes on them? Our sources are the CARES Act itself and the IRS and U.S. Department of Treasury, along with documentation from Senator Dianne Feinstein. So quick recap. The CARES Act, which passed in late March, includes stimulus money for multiple businesses and a large chunk to help American taxpayers. The bill uses your 2018 or 2019 tax returns to determine if you qualify for a payment based on your income. It basically boils down to this. Adults who filed taxes get $1,200 each, and their qualifying children get $500. If your adjusted gross income is over $75,000 individually, or $150,000 for joint filings, the amount of that credit decreases up until $99,000 for an individual and $198,000 for a joint filing. Past that, no checks. Okay, so those are the numbers. The big question, though, are we going to have to pay that back? No. The Act itself calls these a, quote, advance refund. That's a tax credit they're paying you now. This credit will come into play when you file your taxes in 2020. If you're eligible for a refund based on your tax return, the stimulus credit you received would be deducted from that amount. If your refund is less than the credit or you owe money, you won't be required to pay that back. So yes, we can verify the checks are an advance credit on our 2020 taxes. The government is essentially giving us refunds for the taxes we will pay in 2020. And since it's money from our taxes, you don't have to pay it back. The government's providing an early refund here. Senator Feinstein's office also confirmed that since it's a tax credit, we don't pay additional taxes on the money. If you've got more questions like this, send us an email.
An advance credit on your 2020 taxes. Remember that. And we know you have plenty more questions on the stimulus bill, to be exact, including How does the way you file your family's taxes affect how you'll be getting the check? We're taking your questions straight to the expert coming up live. And text your financial questions to the number on your screen. That's 404-885-7600. And remember, please include your name. As the demand for masks continues amid the coronavirus outbreak, one elementary school student is doing her part to help. Liza Lucas spoke with the young seamstress.
Behind the hum of this sewing machine is a young girl motivated to make a difference.
Hi, my name is Holly Morgan and I'm 11 years old.
Holly using her time at home these days, putting her sewing skills to work, making masks for healthcare workers in need.
With the help of my mom for cutting fabric.
It's not her first mission with the sewing machine. For 2 years, she's been learning through nonprofit Stitch It To 'Em.
I am very proud of her, and it makes me the feeling that they are paying attention.
Her teacher proud. Holly's project now a personal one.
It's a big impact on the society, and it's also a big impact off my mom because she's a healthcare worker.
Her family also helping with the goal of getting Holly's masks to local hospitals.
Really want to do more than this amount, but at least 250.
And the young seamstress even testing her teaching skills.
You have 2 pieces of fabric, 1, 2.
With the aim of showing other kids how to pitch in.
It does not matter your age or your size.
A young girl's reminder that helping out just takes heart.
Holly, you are making an incredible difference. Really love her story. 11 years old. We love sharing good news here, so please send us your community shout outs, your messages of love using the hashtag #SendTheLoveATL. We'll be right back with financial expert Andrew Poulos answering your questions.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11 Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11 Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11 Alive today.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11 Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11 Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11 Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get it.
Welcome back. We know you've got a lot of uncertainty right now when it comes to your money, and 11 Alive is committed to getting you answers and asking the experts. Financial expert Andrew Poulos is here to offer some insight, so please text your questions to 404-885-7600. He's a great resource. Please remember to include your name. Good afternoon to you, Andrew.
Hey, how are you?
All right, so let's begin with JR. He is asking, I am disabled and don't work. My wife does work and we file joint taxes. I get my money direct deposit. She gets our tax refund via direct deposit. Which spouse will get the stimulus?
If it's a joint return, both will get the stimulus, $1,200 apiece, providing that they are under the phase-out limit, which they probably sounds like they are, so they'll get a direct deposit to the account that's on record from their tax return with the IRS.
Okay, even though he has disability, it's the same for both.
If they file a joint return, the IRS is going off that adjusted gross income on a joint return.
Okay, all right. Lewis wants to know, what are the restrictions to taking your 401k money out?
There aren't any restrictions. With the stimulus bill, Congress is allowing folks to pull money out as an early distribution without the 10% early withdrawal penalty. So that's the plus to it, is you're not going to have a 10% early withdrawal penalty, but it is still going to be taxable on your 2020 tax return next year as taxable income.
Oh, it will be. Do you know for how long people can take it out without a fee?
Unless they extend it between now and the end of the year as of present.
Okay. Sandy wants to know, can I get any relief for loss of rental revenue for vacation property?
What I would say to Sandy is that she should go onto the SBA website, sba.gov. Do not follow any other links. Go directly there and apply, Sandy, for the EIDL loan, which is supposed to be a $10,000 cash advance. And there's a section where you will drop down and select that you're a landlord applying for assistance due to loss of rental income.
Dennis texted in and asked, I'm self-employed and also work at a restaurant, so both. Can I apply for the unemployment insurance program for both jobs under the same claim?
The way it's going to work is if Dennis has been laid off by his restaurant employer, the restaurant employer is required to submit the unemployment claim on his behalf. Okay. So that's one. As far as self-employed individuals, gig workers, freelancers, all those that are in that demographic, they're going to qualify for unemployment under the extended federal unemployment passed in the stimulus bill, but that's not available just yet. Department of Labor, Georgia DOL, and US DOL are working on that, so he's not going to qualify for the self-employment portion under the extended right now.
Jeannie says, I have a small alteration shop, and since the school and everything is closed, I have no business at all. The landlord still asks to pay for the rent. In this case, what can I do? Do I qualify to apply for unemployment or anything that can help me through this hard time?
Yeah, it's definitely a hard time. Jeannie's going to qualify for the extended $600 unemployment weekly benefits once that kicks in, and they get that ready. The Department of Labor gets that ready. In the meantime, she's not going to qualify for any regular unemployment unless she has been paying herself a paycheck and there's wages on record with the Department of Labor from the previous year. As far as the rental situation, I would encourage her to try to work with the landlord. Ultimately, there's a moratorium on landlords being able to file evictions and banks being able to foreclose. So probably not much that the landlord's going to do. It's just a shame that the landlord is not willing to work with her at the moment, though.
Yeah, just keep talking to your landlord, explain what's going on. Lynn wants to know, so this is a long one here. She says, I was laid off before the coronavirus. I received the maximum 14 weeks of unemployment insurance, which ended on February 29th. I still don't have a job and most likely will not because of the coronavirus. She's over the age of 60. Am I eligible to receive an extension?
I believe the governor has extended from 14 to 26 weeks, so he needs to reach out to the Department of Labor to see if he can get the benefits extended to based on the new guidelines from the governor. So he sounds like he should be able to qualify for some added benefits.
Even though it ended more than a month ago?
I believe so. Again, I would refer to the Department of Labor on that one. It's all going to become a case-by-case situation at the moment from what we're hearing.
Deborah wants to know, if you work for a small business owner as a part-time employee and he files taxes on the behalf of his business but doesn't take taxes out of your paycheck when you're paid, are you eligible for the stimulus check? And if not, what can you do now to qualify? And no, I didn't file a 1099. Everything's in there.
Okay, so there's a lot in there. Let's dissect to get to the core of the subject, which is the employer filing taxes has nothing to do with her. It sounds like from her, the way she's phrasing the question, that she is treated as an independent contractor. If there's no taxes withheld, that would indicate that she's being paid on a 1099 independent contractor basis. So she's truly not an employee based on tax law. She's self-employed as an independent contractor. She's only going to qualify for unemployment under the expanded guidelines as far as the stimulus bill. It boils down to back what we've been repeatedly saying over the last week. If you haven't filed a tax return for 18 or for 19, then you're not going to be anywhere in the system to get that stimulus check.
You should post a cheat sheet on your website or Twitter account, Andrew. It's a lot of the same questions, right? But we're getting it. We're getting it. All right, so don't go anywhere. Andrew is going to come back with us to answer more of your financial questions. Keep sending them in. Text us at 404-885-7600. Remember, text, don't call. Please include your name. We'll be back.
Get even more at 11 Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11 Alive today.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people, or are you doing this to make money, or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11 Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you
And we are back, Facts Not Fear, with our financial expert, Andrew Poulos. A lot more questions for you, Andrew. So let's begin with Cindy. She says, when my husband and I filed taxes last month, he had our refund set up only into his account. Will the stimulus for my part also go into his account as well?
Yes, there's only obviously one account when you file a tax return. You can't put multiple accounts. There's just one. The one on record is the one that the entire stimulus is going to go into.
All right, so Cindy, make sure your hubby gives you the money. Lori writes, my daughter was working as a substitute teacher and no longer has that income, and she was working part-time and has been furloughed with that job as well. Can she file for unemployment?
Yes, so if she had two jobs, whether one full-time, one part-time, or two part-times, and she's been laid off both of them, then she's going to qualify for unemployment. Again, it goes back to what we've said repeatedly. The employers are required to file on behalf of the employees in order to be able for the Department of Labor to streamline these unemployment claims so they don't take weeks upon weeks to provide benefits out. So she needs to reach out to the two employers to figure out if they filed or when they're going to be filing on her behalf before she goes off to file on her own.
Our next question comes to us from Kate, and a lot of folks are asking this particular one. Can my place of employment deny unemployment benefits if I'm out of work due to my child being out of school and having no care provider due to the coronavirus?
No, they can't do that. So if you're temporarily laid off or your hours have been cut by more than half, the employer is required to file for unemployment. So even if you're working but your hours are reduced, let's just say by 60%, you still qualify for your paycheck for the portion of the hours you're working plus unemployment benefits. So employers can't just deny you because you have to stay home to take care of your child or a loved one who may be affected or impacted by the coronavirus.
And that falls under that whole Coronavirus Family Act as well, correct?
Yes. If you're on the books as an employee and you need time off with that, it falls under that paid and sick leave act for the 2 weeks. So she needs to look at that and talk to the employer, but they should not be doing that. That's just not going to be a good outcome for that employer in this situation.
Rachel says, I am a per diem healthcare employee who worked full-time hours every week. Now my hospital says I am inessential and will not schedule me until further notice. Will I be able to get unemployment?
Yes, just goes back to the similar question that we just answered. If she's been temporarily laid off, which it sounds like she has, then the employer is required to put her on unemployment file. And it's a week-by-week basis. So you may be unemployed one week, you get benefits the next week. If the employer calls you back and you work your full-time schedule, then you're off unemployment. If you go back after that, for example, and you're laid off for a week, then you get another benefit check. So it's a weekly unemployment. It's not one check for 14 or 26 weeks.
These all fall under the temporary layoffs.
Correct.
Right. Okay. Melinda wrote in and said for non-custodial parents who owe arrears to custodial parents for child support, will their checks be given to the state and paid out to the custodial parent through child support?
Yeah, the stimulus check, what we do know about the stimulus check is if you owe the IRS, if you owe any agency other than child support, you're still getting a stimulus check. However, if you're a parent who is in arrears on child support, then that's going to be taken. If you follow the law and the pattern, that money's going to go obviously to the parent who has child custody of the child, I should say, and is owed the money.
That makes sense. Some people go to jail for not paying their child support. All right, Andrew Poulos, appreciate you and your gold and purple on this Tuesday afternoon. We'll see you later this week. Have a great day.
You too.
We'll be back.
And more. Subscribe to 11 Alive today.
In times of great uncertainty, some things become more clear. The things we take for granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11 Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11 Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Check this out right here. Burning those extra snack calories as a family. Counselor Michelle DeShields is making her at-home workouts livelier with new online challenges and bringing in her husband and daughter to hold each other accountable. There they all go. One hand, one hand. All right, so how are you changing up your sweat sessions? Let us know by tweeting at 11 Alive News. And while you're at it, make sure you've got the 11 Alive app downloaded. That's where you'll find everything you need to know about the coronavirus, including an interactive map of cases by county, as well as the latest numbers. Fulton County is still at the top. Thank you so much for watching Facts Not Fear at noon. I'm Sheba Russell. Stay safe.
just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11 Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11 Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11 Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11 Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11 Alive today.
In times of great uncertainty, some things become more clear. The things we take for granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11 Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11 Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread